So Steve, when you guys set out to engage with the HPC market, you had your choice probably of a number of other markets that were growing at whatever rates, right? Why did you pick HPC?
It's a good question. We looked at a number of vertical markets, from video imaging or video editing, a number of markets which were very storage hungry. And the reason we were looking at those was ultimately when in our OEM context, our established presence as OEM provider, we recognized that in a number of our customers there were gaps in their product portfolio. And in any of these large organizations, they're looking to try and cover as broad a range of products and solutions as they can. And ultimately we narrowed down on HPC because we could see very distinct gaps in a number of our traditional OEM partners. And bear in mind, this is 2-3 years ago, where we were very concerned about being perceived to be competing with those OEMs, right? And we recognized there was a very clear glass ceiling that we didn't step beyond to allow our customers to have true value add on top of our platforms. When we looked at the HPC sector, we recognized it was somewhat unique in that the end users were used to doing a lot of work themselves. They expected to have to assemble, integrate different components from different suppliers and spend months getting to work. And as a result, it wasn't a core focus in any one of our major brand partners that we were engaged with. So took a one step at a time approach, started talking to end users, brand new for Xyratex. Let's go talk to some users of HPC and understand what they would like. What are the issues they see today in terms of the solutions they're trying to create? And that took us the first step in our architecture and ultimately some alpha units, which a number of end users were we were thankful they were willing to throw rocks at and try. And that was a huge learning experience for us. And based on that, we then started to talk to our traditional partners, right? Our route to market, our OEM relationships around the concepts of an HPC solution. One that was much easier to use, didn't take months to install and configure, but took days, weeks at the most. And that we sort of see very favorable response, right? And a receptiveness from those customers to say, okay, that's not threatening. You're not stepping on our toes. It's clearly a growing market, and as a result, we ended up narrowing on that focus and announced that product June 2011. Put Xyratex on the HPC map for the first time with a lot of questions as who's Xyra who, and very quickly built that relationship into securing an OEM relationship with Cray, which I guess was a real vote of confidence on that we've got something here which is attractive to that market space. As we've now moved on, 2 years on from when I first started that journey, it's become I guess an increasingly attractive marketplace as big data becomes a natural extension, and HPC starts to become much more mainstream. And HPC is moving rapidly out of the scientific laboratories into industry, into end user applications, oil and gas, video editing. There's HPC applications happening pretty much everywhere we see today, and that's exciting for us. And I think with the success we've had and the technology leadership we have, we're in a great place to address that marketplace.